Coming back.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah. Are you okay?
All is well with her.
Okay. Hope everything fine and refreshed regarding to that, right? Okay, so while waiting, we are going to discuss something since the video has been recorded. Okay, no matter you absent, you are late, if you are willing to follow up the class, it's still in the recorded video there, right? And I have uploaded into YouTube, but it is not put in public, but I'm listed there. Only the one with the link can see the video. You cannot say it.
But teacher, the video have also subtitle.
It might be included with this one. You can say it's recorded with the. For the previous one, maybe not, but for the afternoon, since I enable the subtitle here, it will be recorded through Zoom in here. Yeah.
Here later.
Yeah. Actually,
That's why.
Yeah. In YouTube, we also can see the subtitle whenever we enable it. In case that we just want to do it, we also can let it appear, right? Yeah. Or something else, Wichita, you want to say something?
Yes, sure. Actually, I tried to download the video, but I tried many ways, but I cannot find that. That's why, because you put it in private.
It's
So
not in
now-
private, it's just unlisted. It's unlisted, so everyone just see only the link. Okay.
Yeah, teacher, that's why I try to find out in your YouTube channel and find out that video, but cannot. But if I click on the link, I can see it.
Yeah, so I put
That's
it
why
in
yeah. That's why I cannot download that video.
That's fine. Or I can put it in public, in case. Since we can say like in my YouTube channel currently to have more than 2,000 video, but not really professional. It's just something about lesson, about something that we can be useful. Since last time we can say some of my former students, when they start teaching, they normally call and ask me, lecturer, can you meet me and have to share with me about how to teach English literature study? I just have a playlist about literature study there. I just, okay, so rather than go and meet, since I also busy, you can see the video from this playlist. Yeah, but later on, I told them, okay, if you cannot understand or catch up some point, just call me, we can meet and talk. But if you can adapt and get it some idea from that, maybe, okay, it's fine, you can get along the way. Since something mostly about teaching method, I teach as well. I have written some procedure in the description, so you can go and see there as well. So those things, that other thing, the benefit for this channel. But I have never earned any money from YouTube at all, we can say. But the purpose for uploading, for some benefit, we can say, at least those videos may send some messages to the one who just want to teach something in English or leadership. We can say like in my channel, I upload a lot. Even teaching is just not only one subject, but okay, every time that I touch just has been shared there. Yeah, and we hope that it just have some benefit for the people. Maybe not for me, since currently YouTube also disable AdSense in Cambodia, so maybe no. Okay.
I think your channel very good songs. Whatever I want, I always take. Go and take that.
Yeah, just go and try. Yes, and last time when I started doing it, I also uploaded even my kid video. So this channel seems like really match up with not a specific. Yeah, but I don't care about that, and I hope that where I will go, people can follow. Wherever it's not good, they can ignore it. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, but today I'm not happy that I cannot download that video. YouTube,
Okay,
my place not stable with the internet, teacher. So I need
okay.
to download it
So
during my time in the coffee shop, so that when I go back to my room, I can check and listen to it.
Okay, so
Every
I will
time
go
I
and
will.
enable it as the public one, or maybe you. I am not sure whether your computer just have download manager or not in here. If you can have download manager, it still can be downloaded, I think.
But I find cannot download it. Sir.
Okay. Since
When you put it in public, so that I will can download.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. I will put it in public. Maybe everyone can download, can enjoy it. Okay. Thank you for your feedback. Okay, after this, I will drop the slide. No worry about the slide. You can get both the PowerPoint and PDF file. Keep it as your property. Okay, so we are going to move to new chapter about chapter 3 about lesson planning. It maybe is nothing new for you, but something that we can discuss furthermore. Yeah, to we can say just to clarify or add up to some part that you may miss, or somehow that we can get some experience from all of you in here, since most of you are the teacher or educator, we can say, even though you are not teaching, but maybe you are working in education sector in here. Yeah, even vulnerable. Is it true?
Absolutely right, teacher.
Yeah. Okay, how many people that have never prepared any lesson plan at all? Can you raise up your hand? Maybe no one, right? Can you raise up your hand in the chat, or raise up reaction in the emoji in here? Or maybe I did not enable it yet in this Zoom. Just recently created last afternoon. I cannot verify the old one, but just created a new one. Okay. Not new, right? So lesson planning is not new for you. Okay. Without further delay, we just move through content. So we just have some introduction, why plan or why lesson planning, model of planning, how to plan a lesson, and Q&A. So model of planning, lesson planning, how many model should be there for that part? Have you ever attention to the model of lesson planning? Yeah. Yes or no? Yeah. Quiet mean okay, right? Okay. Yeah. Anything? Would you that?
No, teacher.
No, okay.
Let's go ahead, teacher. Maybe they wait for you.
Yeah. So I just have some discussion question from the textbook. Okay, how important do you think a lesson plan is to a successful lesson? What feature do you think a lesson plan should include? Any answer to this one? For the first question? Any idea about this one?
I think lesson plan is a guideline for our teaching. Without lesson plan, it's like we go to the forest without the map.
Okay. That's it, right? Anything else? Any idea? Yeah. You will get lost in the forest or in the jungle, right? Yeah. Any other thing? We can say like planning cannot guarantee 100% successfully implemented the lesson. But without planning, it's like the disaster for the teacher. Whenever you walk into the classroom, it seems like you may not know where to start, where will you finish, and what are the things that you can lead and guide the student to do in the class in here. Your class will be clumsy and messy. Yeah. And then within 1 hour and after, okay, it seems like nothing for that, right? Okay. Okay, quickly, do you think it is a good idea to strictly follow a lesson plan and why? Yeah, important question. Number 2, right? How good how lesson plan is good, but do you think it is good idea to strictly follow a lesson plan? Everything to follow it. I don't care whether the student learn or not, but I just follow my lesson plan in here. Okay, what do you think about this one and why? Please. Come on. Any idea to share? Come on. Okay, Mr. Rina, anything to share?
Excuse me, lecturer.
Yeah, please.
Teacher Rina, he said that he is busy at the factory, so he just can join, but he would like to say nothing during the class.
Okay, thank you for your information. Yeah, school bag factory, right?
I'm not sure, teacher.
Trên nào also gone, right? Trên nào also maybe working best schooling. Okay, brother Paul, any sharing any idea? Since this few weeks seem like not hearing from you. Or you also at work?
Not yet, teacher.
Not yet?
Yeah, teacher.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Patnat, anything to share?
No, teacher.
Okay, who want to share? Come on. Mr. Mesa, are you here?
Yes, I am here, teacher.
Yeah, anything to share with question number 2?
I think lesson plan is more important for those teachers who plan to teach students. It means lesson plan can be can be a map or can be a guide for the student during their class. That is my idea, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, good. And number two, do you think it's a good idea to follow strictly what has been included in the lesson plan? What do you think on this one? Strictly follow? Should I or I should not? And why? Why do you think so?
Yeah,
For me,
yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, okay. Mr. Mesa
Go,
and then
go, brother, go. Sorry.
whenever you can continue your turn.
Okay, yes, thank you. Okay, teacher, why we should follow the lesson plan strictly? Because when we do a lesson plan, we list some good point for the student. Like the first, we need the we have the free teach. Okay, yeah, free teach, and then we have to the presentation. After that, sorry, the first we I mean free tick, and then we have uh the stake two. We have the present mean the teacher to show the rule or to show the model for the student, and then let the student to practice mean production. Okay, if we follow the lesson plan, it mean the student can get knowledge very well, because we can know some like critique, and then we know about the teacher present, and then we can product what the teacher want, what the textbook what the textbook lesson mean. I mean like this, lecturer, because if we follow the lesson plan is good.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Venerable. Any other idea? Okay, the same or different from this one?
Teacher, hello. I would
Yeah.
like to share some idea about this.
Yeah, please. Okay, come on.
So for my idea, it's not really need to strictly follow the lesson plan, because sometimes the unconditional thing happen during the class. So we cannot follow all the step of the lesson. For example, if we drive a motorbike along the way, and then after that, we meet the obstacle in front of our driving. So we need to change the way. We cannot go that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And about our class teaching also, when we teach them, and sometimes the student cannot catch up the lesson well, and we plan that we need to complete a whole lesson today, and the student cannot catch up well, so we cannot run and teach them all our plan. We need to focus on what they don't understand first. So sometimes we cannot know that our lesson plan can follow all the steps, because sometimes we don't know the student can catch up well or not about our lesson. Yeah. So sometimes we need to change the way, teacher. We need to change the style, like you said that the teacher must be We said must be creative and reflect all time. I remember it means flexible and creative, teacher. As I remember you explained us before. So that's all from me, teacher.
Okay, thank you for this part. Okay, follow and should not follow, right? This is the two opposite idea that occur among this part. Yeah, some people when they just go and observe your classroom, they may say, "Oh, why you don't follow what you have mentioned or what you have included in your lesson plan? You just think here and there, just completely different from your lesson plan in here." Yeah, okay, it just depends. And what are the reasons? We can say like you included or not. It just depends on what are your reasons why you decide to do so. All right, that's it. Yeah, I also agree. To me, some part we can say a teacher must be flexible because we can say what we are planning. Somehow we just planning, it just runs smoothly. But when we just go to the class, there are a lot of obstacles there. Sometimes we need to adjust it. Yeah, need to adjust it based on that part. Okay, so those things we can say somehow it's really about my first day out the class. I normally plan a lot. But when I got the class, the students, they seem like have nothing to share. Seem like they are in somewhere, not in the level. Yeah. Sometimes I can say, oh, I worked so hard, but when I got here, what I have already planned cannot be applied as well. So I need to modify, I need to adjust it to be some part there, to fit with their level and what they, where they are in here, we can say the best way that we can do. Yeah, somehow we can say you can plan, but it must be flexible. We can say since the other reason that we can be flexible in here, since all of the level of the student or the competency or ability of the student may not be equally in the class. You are lucky if your students are, most of them are the smart learner, but if most of them are the slower learner, it really impossible for you to plan. It's really about the first day. But after you have understand about your students so far, we can say you maybe your lesson plan might be 70 or 80% really effective, really fit with your student level since you know them clearly there. To link from chapter 2, we can say you may know about their connective strategy or style, their thinking style there, or even their learning strategy, or even their learning style. We can say that will help you to design or develop your lesson plan more effectively there. And make sure you know who they are, where they are. That is really important. Okay, in this part we can say this chapter will remind you, I can say remind, not something new for you, but remind you about how and what to include in your lesson plan in here. Because some part we can say maybe some teachers, they just follow the format, but without knowing what should be and what should not in here. Is it true? Some, oh, I follow, in English, we have P, we have what? We have P, or I have P or O, yeah? Or PPP, we should follow. But when we ask why and what are the reason, most of them may not know, may not understand. Like last time, I can say some teacher currently, even at NAE, they keep discussing about the column or the lesson plan rather than the content, rather than techniques and methods that they have included in the lesson plan, but they focus on whether 3 column or 5 column lesson plan that really effective for the student. So how can you answer to this one? 3 column and 5 column lesson plan, which one is better? 3 and 5, right?
We mostly use 3 column in lower secondary school and 5 column is the NIE model lesson plan.
Yeah. So yeah, that's one something from NAE. But to you yourself, we can say when you apply it, what are the difference between 3 columns and 5 columns lesson planning here?
I think that 5 column is more better than, because we in 5 column we also talk about the procedure, and we talks about the stake in there, about student and teacher activity, student activities, teacher activity, and what is the main we can say the aim of the lesson in here. It's more detailed than the 3 column.
Okay, then from Mr. Vachana, how about other from state school here? Any other idea? Do you think more or less with Mr. Vachana or something else? Hello.
Hello, teacher.
Yeah. Any idea?
For me, I don't think which one is the most good, the more better than other. But the best way is that how could you teach your student understand your lesson well? I don't think which one is better than which one. As
Okay.
you said last week, you said that I'm not, you said about the mouse, right? you don't think which color are the mouse, but which one can touch the oh, sorry, teacher. About the cat.
The cat.
Sorry,
Okay.
yeah. You said that you don't care about the color of the cat, but which one can catch the mouse is the best one.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's all
something
for
yeah, you
me.
can say.
Yeah.
Okay. About other? Mr. Zaban, any ideas since you are working at the PETC as well?
Yeah, teacher, for me, I think the same. I think the same her. So we should know about the best way. I mean that we have two choice. So your the teacher should have a replaceable for some student, have a different strategy to teaching. That all teacher, I think the same her. In my white cat and black cat.
Okay, thank you. Okay, other Mr. Bunsru. Bunsru, yeah, I hope that I pronounce your name well.
Excuse me, teacher. His name is Bunsru, not
Bunsru,
Bunsru.
right? Bunsru. Okay.
I think Bunsru.
I just back from the restroom, so I did not hear.
Okay, so I can repeat the question. You can say regarding to the template of the lesson, you can say currently at a teacher training college or at the school, some school, like I go and visit at the resort school last time. One teacher just come to me as well and worried about, since I'm going to send 21 mentor trainee from my center to conduct their teaching practicum at the school. And he come and approached me and asked me the way that I present that we are to request all the teacher for lesson plan before 1 day or 2 days before class, before our trainee will go and observe the class so we can collect. And then he just worried about, okay, and asked me which column that should be used for the lesson plan. 3 columns or 5 columns that can be appropriate and effective lesson plan for that part. Yeah, so the question is that what do you think, which one is more effective between 3 columns and 5 columns lesson plan formats in here? Yeah. Any answer, any sharing with this one?
I think like the others, at the moment, someone called me again. I maybe like the other this time. Sorry for not paying much attention for that, because there are many interactions at my home and someone calling me. Sometimes the voice does not work well as for listening. I see. Maybe I should find a quiet place or go to my room at my school. Maybe it would be better for next time, sir.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Thank you. Okay. Any other idea? Okay, yeah, maybe I will conclude with this question and some idea just from my own perspective only, and not try to practice any idea in here, but we can say we better find out the way that is better for one way that we can focus on the student learning outcome. Yeah, to me, I don't care whether 5 or 3. Make sure which part that really friendly for the teacher themselves and really bring the learning, a better learning outcome for the student after they attend in the class in here. For example, like 3 columns, normally we just include with some activity that it might be include with the teacher and the student activity at the same time. It might be something that be linked and just decide whether it just started to do activity in some right way, you can say, cannot in detail. But 5 columns, some part we can say they may have some step procedure, teacher activity, teacher ask questions, student respond like that. So somehow I find out one, okay, why should we expect the answer from the student? For example, like some lesson I have noticed for teacher design, a teacher activity, teacher ask question, how are you? Student answer, I'm fine, thank you, and you. Why should we expect the answer from the student like this one? Yeah, yeah, some student may answer not, I'm fine, thank you, but I'm okay, or whatever. Yeah, that's one. It's just about greeting is fine. How about the question? The teacher asked the student, okay, what is the form of present simple? The student answer, yeah, the form of the present simple is subject plus verb 1 plus object. Yeah, we can say like it's just obvious, but no need to spend time to think about. Or expected the answer from the student really waste time for the teacher in here. All right. So it's just something there we can say like which one is okay, but avoiding from really burden and a waste time on the teacher, we can say. Since teacher, there are a lot of things to search and surf, not just focus on whether which some messy and part that really hard to prepare and spend longer time on lesson planning there. You can say not about format or try to think about the answer of the student, but to think about what are the effective techniques, what are the activity or content that can be included and achieve the lesson objective. Other part that really enough. So any format, whether you just use it like a vertical or landscape or whatever, okay, it's fine for this one. Yeah. Okay, black cat or white cat, no matter, but make sure they can catch the mice or the mouse in here, just enough for us. Yeah. And we can say like somehow, as I have noticed, since we just bring it to the teacher training college or training institute in here, we should bring some model or some format or lesson plan. That's why the teacher in Cambodia mostly seem like limited to only 2 or 3 model of lesson planning. All right, that they keep talking about I have PLL, or it can be PPP, right? Yeah. So all of those things that they keep talking and discuss. Okay, if they have noticed that the lesson that are different from that format, they may say you are wrong. Yeah. So to be a professional teacher, you know, how many template or format or lesson plan should a professional teacher know? Yeah. So how many? I have read one article that they talk about lesson planning and a professional teacher. They have written that like a professional teacher should know at least 7 different formats of lesson planning. Yeah, it's not just only P or I have P or L. It should not be PP, but it can be, yeah. It can be pre, during, and after. Like for some lesson format for teaching for micro skill, they can prepare by using like pre, during, and after, or pre-lesson, during the lesson, and post-lesson there. They can be effective as well for those things. Yeah, at least seven format of those things. Yeah. So that is a thing that you will not going, you are not going to judge, okay, this lesson is just wrong, my lesson is right, not limited to those things, but just broaden it. So okay, just read and see more. Since some school currently, we can say they prefer to get the lesson plan, but some school they just minimize by not let the teacher to prepare a full lesson plan, but by using them to use like a teaching diary, yeah, by summarizing the step, or even teaching note, right? Because like when you become more professional, so no need to plan everything, but you can come up with your teaching note there. You can design some activity, what are the steps, what are the things that you are going to link, and start teaching there. But it's still important, no matter how long that you have experience in teaching, you still need to plan and prepare. We can say if you don't want to plan the detailed lesson planning, at least you have your lesson note. Yeah, first, second, third, and so on. Okay, need to prepare in advance. It's not so will be disaster in here. All right. Okay, so just something there, and we should go back to this one. Since the time is running now, it's flying. Okay, we still have some more questions. We have question number 3 to number 7, so you can read and think about those answers by yourself. Then maybe in the lesson, in the textbook, can answer to some of those things. Yeah. If you have state examination, all of these questions will become some of the key question in your state exam, right? Just keep thinking about this thing and reflecting. Because at the time we cannot discuss all the questions, but all these questions are good for thinking and for your professional as the career of a teacher or educator. Okay, if you can find out this thing, will help you to improve your lesson planning here. Okay, I think you may understand about what is the lesson planning, what do we call, yeah, you may know, right? But this is just some part that just clarify and remind you in case that you forgot. I'm not going to read something here, but you can read it after you got a slide. So here the reason why planning, you can say this question really important, that if you know about this concrete reason, you may not think lesson plan may waste your time in here. Yeah, like some of you just answer like, oh, lesson plan like a map, like a guide, and so on. Okay. Yeah. Lesson plan are systematic record our teachers' thoughts about what will be covered during the lesson. Yeah. Okay. If I teach a reading, I should use this method with this activity, this technique, for example. So it might be more effective. So teacher need to think and then they decide to include in their part. Lesson plan have teacher to think about lesson in advance. Yeah, sure. What should I take? What should I let the student do during the lesson? It resolve problem and difficulty. Yeah. At least we can anticipate some unexpected thing. Yeah, come up with some possible solution in advance. And when it just appears, you can solve it. It provides a structure for a lesson. Yeah. Okay, you know the scope, and then you may try to expect or estimate about the time to be finished on time there. Yeah, a map here, like you mentioned, a map for a teacher to follow. Okay, it provides a record for what has been touched. So those things, right, you see. Any question? Maybe no, right? It's not for you, but just something. Internal reason for lesson planning. We can say like a teacher plan for internal reason in order to feel more confident. Yeah, at least we can say you can, even though you have textbook, but you need to meet in mind, you can decide, okay, I move from exercise number 1, better start from exercise number 5, come back to number 1, go to number 3, come back to number 2. Yes, since you may understand about the situation, you may understand about the student level, and then you can meet in my dosing to be much better for the student to learn there. Learn the subject matter better. Yeah, read mean as you read, as you plan, you just understand about what is it about. You prepare for that part very well, you can see. Enable lesson to run more smoothly. Sure, planning cannot guarantee 100% successfully completed, but at least can anticipate some problem before they happen in here. Okay, something there. External reason for planning a lesson. We can say satisfy the expectation of the principal and supervisor. Yeah, some school they need you to prepare the lesson plan. Every lesson, like one of the private school, okay, every lesson must be completed with the lesson plan. Okay, I don't want to mention here, but maybe some of you may experience as well. All lessons must have the lesson plan. Some school teacher change from that. They also teacher need to plan, but they change it from lesson planning to teaching diary or teaching note. Okay, save them time more. To guide a substitute teacher in case the class need one. Yeah. Okay, today I have planned, but I have planned for today's lesson, but I absent. Other teacher can come and substitute my class by go and teach instead of me here, right? Daily lesson plan can benefit the English teacher in the following way. You can see. So read for your benefit. A plan can have the teacher think about content, material, yeah. What are the content? What are the material? Sequencing. What are the order can be prepared for that, timing and activity, for how long that I can let the student do activity, as well as how long that I can finish the lesson here. Okay, if only 1 hour, I may cut out some activity or can be summarized to make a lesson shorter. I can finish it on time. A plan provides security in the form of a map and in sometimes unpredictable atmosphere of the classroom. Yeah, secure and classroom management. A plan is a log of what has been touched. Yeah, a log, like a record, a list of record that you can prepare to be prepare for teaching, right? A plan can have a substitute to smoothly take over a class when the teacher cannot teach. Yeah, really important here. You know the word substitute? You know substitute?
When instead, teacher.
Yeah. Just go and take responsible instead of the other one, right? Yeah. When one absent, the other teacher will come and substitute the session. Model or lesson planning. So earlier we talked about reason why we need the lesson plan. So here we are to talk about model of lesson planning. So what are the model here, everyone? Have you ever noticed about those things? Yes? Yes or no? Have you experienced with model or lesson planning? Yeah? Yes, no? How many model or lesson planning are there?
Teacher, excuse me, are you talking? I hear nothing about you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I did not mute, right? Okay, whether you hear me well?
Okay, teacher, clear now.
Yeah, well, lecturer, well.
Yeah. That's why no answer, right? I suppose I keep asking, okay, how many lesson model or lesson planning do you know, right?
Thu đi cha thu.
So what are they?
PPL.
PL, PPL. Yes,
PPL.
yeah. PL, PPL. This one is just type of lesson planning. How about model or lesson planning? So what are they?
Model.
Yeah. Model. So what are they? We have Thai and model, right? Thai of lesson planning and model of lesson plan. Lesson planning here.
Model of lesson planning, we focus about the grammar or any any skill, lecturer.
Model, I can say like it just have some model for us to follow, right? Yeah, whether it's just like yeah, have some steps, some format that we can follow there. Model 1, 2, 3, for example, some part.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yeah.
You told the textbook, I can see 4 model.
What are they?
About the Taylor model has 4 steps. The first one is specify objective. Second one is select learning activity. The third one is organize learning activity, and the fourth one is specify model or specify method of evaluation.
Okay.
That's all, teacher. Yeah.
That's all right. Yeah, you can find the answer from the textbook, right? Yeah, so everything just from textbook here actually, right? What I have included here just from the textbook. So you just spend time to read the answer there. Yeah, you are right. We just have we just have the first one about ginger model. Just focus on 4 components in this part. We can say like specify objectives. Yeah, mostly we can say any model, you just come up with the objective. We have select learning activity, organize learning activity, specify model of evaluation. You have this activity to achieve lesson objective or specify objective in here. You need to organize it. We can say after select, you need to organize. So what should you do? What are the material you need? And one thing, you need the model of evaluation. What are the things that you can evaluate how effective it is? You may have tests, you may have quiz at the end of that part, right? Have you ever heard this model before? Yeah? Yes or no?
Never, teacher.
Never. Start
Yeah.
learning here. Since some curriculum design model, they also follow this model, right? This model as well. We have Tyler rational linear framework, which is one of the model this part as well. We can see we just have planning just like take place. We can say take place in 3 stages, like problem conception, like planning start with a discovery cycle on the integration of the teacher goal, knowledge and experience. Yeah, problem state. The teacher can set the problem, can start come up with some hypothesis, and then let the student learn and solve it, right? Problem formulation, in which problem is formulated and a solution is achieved. Yeah, come up with solution and then find out the solution to solve the problem. It's similar to problem-based learning and so on. And number 3, just implementing the plan. It involves implementing the plan along with its evaluation. Yeah, apply and then evaluate how effective it is, right? So those things. Any question? Have you ever heard about Tyler model here? Tyler framework for lesson planning or curriculum design? Yes? Maybe new, right? It's my own assumption, but better learn from it from now, and then you will see what are the root cause of your lesson planning here. Which the Thai lesson plan, it should be follow Tyler, Ginger, or something here, and they may have some other reason within that part. Okay, here why teachers deviate from the original plan? Like to respond to the previous question. Okay, how can teacher just we can say teacher just flexible? Just teacher should not strictly follow lesson plan all the time. These are the reason, right? Yeah. So the common good, we can say common good, like we can say since the students are in matchability or mid level classes there. So if you plan it a bit higher, we can say like or harder, the slow learner cannot be catch up. If you plan it too easy, the slow learner can catch up, but the middle and the smart learner one, they may feel boring. You got what I mean? So find out something in common. Okay, that's why. Okay, you need to be flexible. You need to be creative enough to make your lesson plan, lesson to much better there. Teach to the moment. Yeah. See something that really happened in the class. Yeah, you are not going to teach the book, but teach the student. If the student, you just start learning that the students come up with the blank face with your lesson. Yes, be aware, adjust, modify. Yeah, sometimes may be hard for them, but you can modify it. Further the lesson. Yeah, yeah. Infer, we can say, like just find out some time to add up to delay or find other time that it might be better to extend the time for the lesson in here. Yeah, accommodate student learning style. There's some part we can say, in case that you can come up with a learning style very well, you can do it more better when planning, but in case that you cannot identify, maybe it must be flexible based on that part. So I hope that you still remember a WOW questionnaire this morning. Use it to test your student learning style here, right? Promote student involvement. You can say, yeah, make sure the student can get involved. Distribute the well, yeah, make sure all our emotional support, pedagogy support, make sure everyone just happy with the lesson. I mean, the coming one will be upset and the rest will be happy. No, okay, make sure they are happy. So I use here just like example, 2 + 2 + 2, what does it mean? Yeah. What does it mean, 2 + 2 + 2? Yeah.
No, lecturer. 2 + 2 + 2.
ក្នុង lesson plan ដូចដែរគឺ2 + 2 + like
You just learn how to calculate the number.
បងផណាត់ផ្លាកបងសិដ្ឋា
yeah.
Just something there. Okay, so 2 + 2 + 2 in here we can say it's just some tip that we can say whenever I notice the student disruption, they did not do it well in the class. Sometimes I also try to flexible to this part. I just write down 2 + 2 + 2 on the whiteboard and then let them think. The first one they keep thinking, oh, what does the teacher want us to do? The first one. And then I suggest just tell them, okay, everyone, I just want you to stand up. Yeah, you want to work in pair. Pair mean 2. The first 2 mean 2 people. The second 2, just about 2 main points from the lesson, or 2 things that you have learned from the lesson. The last 2 is just like 2 minutes there. Yeah, let them move, talk, and then okay, something that we can show some classroom disruption or inappropriate activity in the class, like similar to the case study that we have discussed so far this afternoon, like just try to let them move within a short time, and then let them separate them from being chit chat or pay no attention to the lesson in here. Yeah. So this part somehow I do not include in the lesson, but it's just some part that we need to be flexible whenever we are aware that the student pay no attention or make noise within the classroom here. Okay, so you got what I mean? So we can say a teacher should not be strictly follow the lesson plan or original plan, but can be flexible to solve the real situation within the class. Yes or no?
No, lecturer.
Teacher, the last 2. What does it mean, lecturer?
Yeah. The first 2 people, 2 topic or 2 main point. The last 2 is 2 minutes, mean time. People, topic, and
2 minutes.
time.
2 minutes to talk.
Yeah, 2 minutes to talk. A sharp
yeah.
one. Just we do to test time. Just make sure that okay, let them talk. At least we can say whenever I assign them to do that, normally let them stand up to feel fresh. If you just let them sit and speak, some may really exhausted, really sleepy, and want to sleep. So just let them stand up and talk to be much better. Okay, so something. Vajina, you want to say something?
It just kidding, lecturer. You said that not follow lesson plan all the time, but during your practicum you have to follow lesson plan all the time.
Yeah.
There's no score or no mark from your we can say associate teacher or your classroom teacher.
Yeah. I do agree. That's why I said during discussion that some people they will keep asking you, right? Why you don't follow everything in your lesson plan? Yeah, but at least we can say we can explain them. Sometimes those things it just might be some aspect that we can explain, right? Yeah. But it just
During it's my experience, lecturer. During I did practicum.
Okay, continue.
In my practicum, I skip it one, and the associate teacher and homeroom teacher asked me why I skip this part. I said that one unit I have to spend only 1 hour with lesson plan. How can I finish it? So I skip it for homework. I cannot finish this part, so I asked them to do it as a homework, and they asked me why I skip this part. There's no time, lecturer.
Yeah.
1 hour for one unit.
Yeah. That's why we can say like it just depends on what you have planned so far, like the objective, especially about the objective of the lesson. You can say 1 hour. It should not try to add about 3 or 4 objectives. To me, just 1 or 2 is just really big already. We can say somehow just only 1 lesson objective is just enough. You got what I mean? You can add 3 or 4, but sometimes you cannot, and you do not have enough time to achieve. It's especially about different skill. You can say different micro skill here. That's why to me, if I touch grammar, only that 1 hour is just only about grammar, not about other exercise. If practice exercise just about reading, maybe keep it for reading later on. So yeah, planning. If reading, just focus on reading. Grammar, focus on grammar. Listening, only 1 session for listening only. Should not try to make up in here. Even those in some textbook, they may link with, for example, like grammar part. They also have some exercise that including with listening. Don't bother to include them at the time, but you can collect all the exercise with listening to include in one session there. That session just about listening. Yeah, that is about my teaching style, the teaching core English and so on. Just something. Yeah. It's fine.
Some lesson plan allមើល but តែអត់ល្អស៊ីចា
Yeah, sometimes you can say. You can say
the rule and the practicing is not the same.
Yeah.
Rule is the rule and the practice
Yeah.
is the same, depending on the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can say like your supervisor cannot judge you based on that part, but we can say like at least they have question, but we have our own reason to explain. And then if we are strong and confident enough, we can say like we can let them see the learning outcome or the better performance of the student after that one. Okay, so something here, and I'm not going to finish the lesson today since we still have more slides to go, just more than 10 slides more. Since this lesson just has about 26 slides. But I just want you to go and see the rest in this part. Is also not new for you, like how to plan a lesson. I think most of you just learn a lot about this part, right? Only the one who never planned, you may have nothing to do.
Yeah, lecturer, you should take it.
You should take it. Yeah, I will give you it after homework first, and maybe next week we will spend some time to reflect and go through it briefly. You can say, right?
Yeah, thank you, lecturer.
Yeah, we can go through it, and we also need some sharing from some of the experienced teacher. Yeah, maybe you should have experience preparing those things, and some may be new, or maybe just only 1 or 2 times during practicum, but now maybe everything done.
Right.
You can see something about developing the plan. Okay, a lot. I'm not going to talk now, but you can see something here. Yeah. Yeah, we should finish something there, right? So yes, start from slide number. So the rest about how to plan the lesson, I will drop the slide for everyone read in advance. And next week, next meeting, we can say we will spend the first 10 or 15 minutes to discuss and answer to the question about lesson planning. And we have to move to chapter 4 as well. We will run a bit faster, and the individual project and group project work will be assigned. Okay, you will start working start from next week, and the other part we will start to take turn to your own responsibility. I really want to just monitor, facilitate, and we are going to learn together there. All right. So that's it about this part. You can say like lesson planning is a map and a guide for teacher. Planning cannot be guaranteed 100% successful for teaching, but without lesson planning, it will be disaster for a teacher to go to the class without lesson planning. Yeah, since you are like the actors, the live actor, not like a drama actors or TV actors in here. Since you are the live actor, you teach if you did it wrong, you will lead other 20, other 30 people to be wrong like you. All right, so need to be careful. Okay, be careful. Planning will lead to be a better lesson and learning outcome for that part. Okay, so since time is up and it's a bit over, I'm sorry for normally over. Okay, good luck and enjoy the rest of the time. Yeah, enjoy for the other lesson tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, good luck. Please read chapter 4.
Teacher, that's fine, that over all time, but we learn a lot. Every time we learn with you.
Thank you, thank you. I hope you
And
enjoy.
today I know the new 2 techniques from you about
Okay,
the student chatting or annoying in the class.
okay. Hope that it
Thank
can
you
be.
so much for your professor technique
Yeah,
in
thank you.
sharing to us today.
Yeah, hope it will be benefit to some of you.
It's really important. Teacher.
Yeah. Thank
I
you,
will
thank you.
apply to my student.
Okay, yeah, you can try. So yeah, we can say like whenever the emotion good, their learning will be better as well. But you upset them, maybe the rest of it say, I don't want, since I'm not happy. I am not happy with that. Okay, so thank you, Venerable, thank you everyone for coming and joining in this class all day that we are meeting. Okay, and yes, some of you will meet me tomorrow as well for the second hot in here, right? With other subject.
Yeah, so because will meet you at the afternoon.
Yeah,
Okay.
tomorrow afternoon, right?
Okay.
Okay, see you like 3 times per week. Really annoying and boring, right?
Teacher, I don't know why. When I see you, I'm not feel boring at all.
Nice to hear that.
Even 3 times or 4 times or million times, that's fine.
Okay, I hope other may
See?
feel like you.
Yeah.
No one complain.
No
Okay.
complaining, teacher, but happy.
Okay, I hope. But just be patient, we can say, when those are boring and so on. Just only this semester, and the rest maybe the other will come. So I just want to busy only this semester, and the rest will be the other will come until you continue. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
even I know that in my bed, the lion is waiting for me, but I still happy to fake because I have you near me.
Thank you. Yeah, we hope everyone can survive, can get along together. But yeah, maybe mostly depend on you yourself. How hard work you are, how well prepared you are from now. Yeah, okay. And for the fifth cohort, better prepare and come up with your research topic. Really important there, we can say, right? Okay, so that's it, and don't want to keep everyone here too long. Maybe you need some time to go somewhere, enjoy your dinner, yeah, go out with family, and Venerable as well. Maybe needs time to relax, to be ready for tomorrow.
No family here, lonely.
You are lonely, right?
Away from home.
We are lonely.
You are lonely here. Okay, good luck and enjoy the rest of the time. Yeah,
You
get the
too,
book.
teacher.
Yeah, read the book to be your friend, to be ready for next week.
Try, teacher.
Thank you. Bye bye. See you.
Good luck, teacher. See you too.
Yeah. See you. Bye bye. Thank you.